look for ways to what was described as empowering the Houthis. Soleimani was quoted as saying, at this meeting, they agreed to increase the amount of help, through training, arms and financial support. Despite the Iranian government and Houthis both officially denying Iranian support for the group, Brigadier General Ahmed Asrai, the spokesman of the Saudi-led coalition, told Reuters that evidence of Iranian support was manifested in the Houthi use of Qanit anti-tank guided missiles which had never been in use with the Yemeni military or with the Houthis, and that the arrival of Qanit missiles had only come at a later time. 228. In the same month, the IRGC had altered the routes used in transporting equipment to the Houthis by spreading out shipments to smaller vessels in Kuwaiti territorial waters in order to avoid naval patrols in the Gulf of Oman due to sanctions imposed. Shipments reportedly included parts of missiles launchers and drugs. 229. In May 2018, the United States imposed sanctions on Iran's IRGC, which was also listed as a designated terrorist organization by the US over its role in providing support for the Houthis, including help with manufacturing ballistic missiles used in attacks targeting cities and oil fields in Saudi Arabia. 230. In August 2018, despite previous Iranian denial of military support for the Houthis, IRGC commander Nasser Shabani was quoted by the Iranian Fars news agency as saying, "We, IRGC, told Yemenis, Houthi rebels, to strike 2 Saudi oil tankers, and they did it on the 7th of August, 2018. In response to Shabani's account, the IRGC released a statement saying that the quote was a Western lie and that Shabani was a retired commander, despite no actual reports of his retirement after 37 years in the IRGC, and media linked to the Iranian government confirming he was still enlisted with the IRGC. 231. Furthermore, while the Houthis and the Iranian government have previously denied any military affiliation, 232. Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei openly announced his spiritual support of the movement in a personal meeting with the Houthi spokesperson Mohammed Abdul Salam in Tehran, in the midst of ongoing conflicts in Aden in 2019. 233. 234. Alleged human rights violations. According to the panel of experts on Yemen established pursuant to Security Council Resolution 2140, the Houthis have carried out a wide range of human rights violations, including violations of international humanitarian law, abuse of women and children. Children as young as 13 years old have arrested for indecent acts for alleged homosexual orientation or political cases when their families do not comply with Houthi ideology or regulations. Minors share cells as adult prisoners, and according to credible reports, boys held in Al-Shahid Al-Amar police station in Sana'a are systematically raped. 235. 236. Child soldiers and human shields. Houthis have been accused of violations of international humanitarian law, such as using child soldiers. 237, 238, 239, shelling civilian areas. 240, forced evacuations and executions. According to Human Rights Watch, Houthis intensified their recruitment of children in 2015. The UNICEF mentioned that children with the Houthis and other armed groups in Yemen comprise up to a third of all fighters in Yemen. 241. Human Rights Watch has further accused Houthi forces of using landmines in Yemen's third largest city of Taiz, which has caused many civilian casualties and prevent the return of families displaced by the fighting. 242. HRW has also accused the Houthis of interfering with the work of Yemen's human rights advocates and organizations. 243. An HRW researcher, quoted In a 2009 U.S. Embassy report, has downplayed the allegations by the former government of Yemen accusing the Houthis of using civilians as human shields, by saying that they did not have enough evidence to conclude that the Houthis have been intentionally using civilians as human shields. 188. Hostage-taking. According to the Human Rights Watch, the Houthis also use hostage-taking as a tactic to generate profit. Human Rights Watch documented 16 cases in which Houthi authorities held people unlawfully, in large effort to extort money from relatives or to exchange them for people held by opposing forces. 244. Diversion of international aid. The United Nations World Food Programme has accused the Houthis of diverting food aid and illegal air-moving food lorries from distribution areas, with rations sold on the open market or given to those not entitled to it. 245. The WFP has also warned that aid could be suspended to areas of Yemen under the control of Houthi rebels due to obstructive and uncooperative Houthi leaders that have hampered the independent selection of beneficiaries. 246. WFP spokesman Hertha Hussein stated the continued blocking by some within the Houthi leadership of the biometric registration is undermining an essential process that would allow us to independently verify that food is reaching people on the brink of famine. The WFP has warned that unless progress is made on previous agreements, we will have to implement a phased suspension of aid. The Norwegian Refugee Council has stated that they share the WPF frustrations and reiterate to the Houthis to allow humanitarian agencies to distribute food. 247. 248. Abuse of women and girls. UN-funded investigators have uncovered proof that Houthis conscripted tens of teenage girls as informants, nurses, and guards, an unusual phenomenon in a society as conservative as Yemen. 12 girls suffered sexual violence, arranged marriages, and child marriages as a result of their recruitment. It alleged the Houthis recruited boys as young as 7 years old with monetary incentives. The report cited hundreds of accounts and took place between summer 2019 and summer 2020. 249. Under Houthi-controlled areas, women have been blocked from traveling without a mahram, Malagadian, even for essential healthcare. This also affected humanitarian operations by the United Nations in Yemen, forcing female staff to office jobs. The Houthis use allegations of prostitution as a tool for public defamation against Yemeni women, including those in the diaspora engaged in politics, civil society or human rights activism, alongside threats to individuals and families. Women in detention are sexually assaulted and have been subjected to virginity tests and are often blocked from access to essential goods. Torture of female detainees is also carried out by the Zainabiat, the female police wing of the Houthis. 235. Governance. According to a 2009 leaked U.S. Embassy cable, Houthis have reportedly established courts and prisons in areas they control. They impose their own laws on local residents, demand protection money, and dispense justice by ordering executions. AP's reporter, Ahmed Al-Haj, argued that the Houthis were winning hearts and minds by providing security in areas long neglected by the Yemeni government while limiting the arbitrary and abusive power of influential sheikhs. According to the Civic Democratic Foundation, Houthi shall resolve conflicts between tribes and reduce the number of revenge killings in areas they control. The U.S. ambassador believed that the reports that explain Houthi role as arbitrating local disputes were likely. 188. Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen. The Houthis exert de facto authority over the bulk of North Yemen. 250. As of the 28th of April, 2020, they control all of North Yemen except for Marib Governorate. 251. 252. See also. Icon. Shia Islam portal outline of the Yemeni crisis, revolution, and civil war, 2011 present. Timeline of the Yemeni crisis, 2011 present. United States conflict with Houthi militias, 2.
I got it open there. Should maybe read about Yemen. The country Yemen. But I need some time to look the links. Yemen. I think I should. And then Yemen civil war. But I need time to look links. Yemen. Civil war. This one. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should read about Yemen because United States and United Kingdom have attacked Yemen tonight. So, and I was supposed to read about Israel now, but I can do that tomorrow. So I think I will stop the camcorder. Charts my camcorder. So I can read about Israel tomorrow. So I will do that. I will stop the camcorder and charging. Then I will take a break and upload. Then read Yemen.